Hello out there, everyone, and welcome along to our second episode on our movie podcast. It is good to have you here. I am your host, Jason, the Lazy Heretic, and with me in the command chair, the lovely Lazy Boy. Comfortable. You're not the Lazy Boy, but you're in the Lazy Boy chair that's very comfortable. Papa Tay.
What's up?
What's up? That was a long introduction for you, wasn't it? But,
you know, when you got to introduce me, you got to introduce me, you know?
I think you're worthy of that. Yeah, that's right. So today we are doing the second of our movie podcasts, just bantering about movies. And again, spoiler warning for all of this episode, just from me to you, because I know we're going to discuss spoiler warning plot points and everything like this. Spoilers galore in this, right? Spoilers. We're talking about Justice League.
Justice League.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to talk like we tried to do this last time, but I think I'll just keep my mouth quiet and let you finish instead of just jumping in and ruining everything.
Like you usually do.
Like I usually do. And I just want you to briefly explain the plot of Justice League to us, Tay. I want you to do it in less than 4 minutes. Which shouldn't be too hard.
Actually, that's all right.
That's all right.
I was like, 30 seconds? Wow, that's intense.
No, not 30 seconds. Less than 4 minutes. We should
try and do that one time.
We should. Yeah. It'd be pretty... you'd leave a lot out. But anyway, go. Sorry, go.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Go. You just go.
Jason,
everyone... Sorry.
Thank you.
Go.
Pretty much, Justice League, what happens is, movie starts, the good old Batfleck is wandering around the world trying to find superheroes. Batfleck. So he I mean, it's pretty good. He goes to some Antarctic village or whatever and chats to old Aquaman, and
it's like Icelandic village.
Yeah,
not Antarctic.
Greenlandic.
Like Antarctic would be.
Greenland's the ice one, and Iceland is the green one.
Yeah, I know.
It's
so ironic.
Anyway, stop interrupting me.
I think it's Icelandic village, but anyway.
Anyway, he's at a village.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
Yeah.
There's lots of cold people.
Yeah.
And they're just living life as best they can.
Yeah.
And he basically invites them back to his little gang.
Does he say yes or no?
He says no.
Yeah.
He says no, and then he basically does the same thing with the Flash, or he finds the Flash, and actually there's a whole bunch of stuff that kind of happens before that, because he's talking to Wonder Woman, and she goes to find Cyborg.
Yeah.
So they're like gathering. They just gather
at the same time, right?
Yeah, at the same time.
But why is she there? Because at the start of the movie, anyway, we'll get into that later. Go.
Yeah.
They're gathering.
So basically, if you've seen Wonder Woman, Batfleck's been inviting her already in Wonder Woman, and there's things that happen. Okay, yeah, that's right, because I missed out like a huge part of the plot. Basically,
why are they gathering?
Why are they gathering? Yeah, why are they gathering? Basically, the Amazonians have this mother box, or what's called a mother box, and what's the bad guy's name again?
Steppenwolf,
yeah, I can never remember the bad guy's name.
Yeah.
They're just not cool or important. Steppenwolf basically appears from a teleporter.
It's called a boom tube.
A boom tube, yes, I knew.
It makes that...
I knew it was a boom tube. Thank you very much.
You did, I'm sorry.
I've watched Young Justice, I know this. Anyway, boom tube, he comes through a boom tube with a bunch of guys, and the Amazonian warriors are like, and they like start fighting him and have this massive war, but basically he just kills them all because he's overpowered as. Takes the mother box, and the Amazonians shoot a flaming arrow to the Temple of Athena, and it goes up in flames, which warns... As a signal to... to Wonder Woman that basically bad stuff's happening.
Yes.
So she's like, ooh, assemble, Justice League assemble.
Yeah.
So basically then they start trying to find people, which is cool. So this all happens, and it takes up quite a chunk of the movie, actually, the assembling. And then they kind of go, well, we're going to lose to Steppenwolf because we don't have Superman.
Yeah.
So then they kind of have this... while all this is happening, Aquaman also has a mother box.
Yep.
So there's 3 mother boxes.
The Atlanteans have one, the humans had one, and the Amazons had one.
Yeah. Anyway, the Atlanteans there's a big fight, and there's a Babe-in-as mermaid lady who basically goes to...
Atlantean lady?
Lady? Yeah, Atlantean lady. Wow, she's not a mermaid, but
no, she's not a mermaid.
It's along the same lines. Anyway, she's like helping Aquaman fight, and then she basically goes to Aquaman, this was your mother's responsibility, and now it's yours. I know you have been a rogue, of not been around, blah, blah, and has this kind of cry, and he goes, yeah, I'll do it. And so then he leaves to find Batfleck. Anyway, now they're all together.
Yeah.
The whole crew, so this is Flash, Cyborg, Batfleck,
Wonder
Woman, and Aquaman.
Yep.
So 5 of them now decide that...
I reckon we should call him Aquabro.
Aqualad?
Aqualad. No, he's not lad, he's Aquabro.
Yeah, but he is such an Aqualad. Anyway, here's Aquabro. Here's straight bro from the depths. Anyway, so they do that. They decide they need Superman, and, because Lex Luthor...
They have a fight, remember, with him before they decide.
Oh, yeah, there's this big argument. But they decide
like they have a fight with Steppenwolf.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Under Gotham City Harbor.
Oh, yeah, they fight under Gotham City Harbor and get absolutely destroyed by Steppenwolf. So they decide that they need Superman.
Yep.
Well, there's this big argument. But in the end, they're like, okay, we're going to use the same viscous liquid in the random old ship.
The Kryptonian
ship that Lex Luthor had dealt with earlier and built the monster out of. Doomsday out of last time. And basically what happens is they put Superman in the viscous liquid. Flash does some neat running skills. You'll love his running style. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he basically touches the water at the same time and shocks Superman back to life.
No, he charges the mother box, which then shocks
they drop a mother box in there. That's right. So they drop a mother... Man, why am I telling this story? Anyway, they drop a mother box in.
Because it's more entertaining this way.
A mother box in with Flash into the viscous liquid. I like that word, viscous.
Yeah.
Keep saying vicious, but...
Yeah, it's not vicious.
Viscous liquid, and Superman it's kind of like a big ass... what you call them? The things when you're having a heart attack and get...
Yeah, defibrillator.
Defibrillator. Yeah, like a big badass defibrillator, like a Superman defibrillator.
Yeah.
And he comes back alive, and he's kind of spaced out a little bit, and he basically destroys all of the Justice League, just starts kicking their ass. It's really good. It's an awesome fight.
Yeah.
And he's as fast as Flash and all of these things, and it's really, really cool. And then Batfleck's we gotta bring in the big guns.
Yeah.
We gotta bring them in.
Yeah.
And basically the big guns is Lois Lane.
Yeah.
And he's and then, Superman's love conquers all. And so I'm gonna calm down now.
Yeah.
And so they fly off and have the merry chat. Anyway, skip forward to basically the end. And Steppenwolf jumps in at this point and steals the last mother box.
So now he has all 3 because he stole the Atlantean one. Yeah.
Oh, so basically they do an explanation. 3 mother boxes together basically terraforms the world into Steppenwolf's world.
Yeah.
Terraform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terraform, yeah.
Yeah, terraforms it to Steppenwolf. Yeah. So basically the mother boxes are fusing and the world's going to turn to death. And so all the Justice League so far, 6 of them, basically fight Steppenwolf, and Superman basically kicks his ass to the curb. And then Superman's kind of oh my goodness, there's civilians. And so he leaves to go save civilians, and Steppenwolf's I can start beating on the new guys all again. And then Superman comes back and beats the crap out of Steppenwolf again.
Yeah.
So that's basically what happens. They defuse the mother boxes. Yay.
Yeah.
Mother boxes are no longer a threat, and they beat Steppenwolf. And that's pretty much the end of the movie, except awesome post-credit scenes.
Yeah. What are they? There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah, one of them is Flash and Superman racing, which is the best.
So good,
So good. And the next one is... What was the second one?
Yeah, go.
You
got it?
No, I don't.
Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom, that's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Legion of Doom.
Lex Luthor's escaped from prison.
Oh, yes.
He's on his yacht, and he invites Deathstroke out to his yacht to start their Legion of Doom, or their League of Doom. Yeah.
Deathstroke's my favorite villain.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I'd pretty much be Deathstroke if I could.
I'd be a villain Deathstroke if I could.
If I had to be a villain, I'd be Deathstroke. Who wants to
Yeah.
be bald like Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going bald, but that's not the point. And I'm pretty sure that took longer than 4 minutes, but that was the movie.
That was like 9 minutes. Good job, bro.
Okay, it's a long movie, right? It's 2
That's
hours.
2 hours.
I condensed 2 hours into like 9 minutes. It's pretty impressive.
Okay, so what were your highlights? Oh, what do you before you answer that question? What do you think the message of the movie was? What was the theme that was going through it?
Unity? I don't know. Superman is, as I always thought, stupidly overpowered and should not exist. Because, like, the Justice League is just Superman with backup.
Superman with multiple ways.
Oh, sorry, Superman with backup when Kryptonite comes in.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. What about, for me, the big theme was actually hope. Like, that was the theme of the film. Like, what does it mean to hope? What does it mean to... Because what is the very first scene?
Because on my planet, an S means hope.
Yeah, but do you remember, like, the boys interviewing him for their podcast, and they're like, does that thing really mean hope? And he's like, yes. It looks like an S. Well, it's meant to.
And they do the full-on, like, montage of everyone being super depressed because Superman's dead. There's this big, like, 5-minute scene of, like, panning on depression because Superman's gone.
Well, the world just kind of not trusting each other anymore. And it was quite interesting, the motif on that of the Batman symbol on the back of that one guy, and then the Superman symbol on the T-shirt of some other person.
And they got into it was really interesting. There was on the back of a guy's T-shirt was the Batman symbol with Megadeth written on it. I was like, oh, someone doesn't like Megadeth. And then they like go in and start beating up this guy.
Yeah, but it was interesting that it was a shop, and he was kicking the thing over, but one of the boy, it was a mother and a boy. I think the boy had a Superman T-shirt on, and he had the Batman logo on the back of his thing, and he was dressed in black, and the boy obviously was dressed in color, in blue. But it was kind of like revisiting that Batman versus Superman thing, and just how it affected everyone.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to make a comment. I'm really over critics. Like, I'm super over critics. Basically, critics, as far as I can tell, in the last, 2 years of movies, critics decide before they go into a movie.
You reckon?
Whether they're going to like it or not.
You reckon?
Like, I straight up believe that critics go, this movie's going to be like every other DC movie, and it's going to be terrible. And then they walk in and they're like, and then they walk out and they're like, yep, that was terrible. Here's all the things that were wrong with it. And you kind of go, actually, I disagree with, a lot of your points. Because I've read a lot of critics leading up to this conversation. And just holy crap, man. They just nitpick on stuff that actually isn't that bad.
Like one of the things you said when we were talking about this earlier in the week was about the banter, and how they made light of serious moments. And you're
comic relief.
You're like Thor Ragnarok was pretty much 80% made up comic relief movie.
And all the critics were most of the critics were loving Thor Ragnarok. So it's hold on a second, super serious movie, people are dying, hell is destroying
Asgard is dead.
Asgard is dead. And there's
Meek's alive.
And it's this place will be a place for salvation and everybody to come.
Jokes, and Bruce Banner falls out and splats on the Rainbow Bridge.
There's jokes through the whole movie, and everyone's this is amazing. And it was amazing. I loved it. But then you're going to turn around.
You got a moment in the Justice League like that when Superman comes back and Batman picks him up and he's like, do you bleed? And then he's like, brings in the big gun and he throws him away, and then it cuts back to him. He's like, "Yep, something's definitely bleeding." That's exactly like Bruce Banner going, "I'm just you know why you recognize me? I'm the Hulk, baby!" And he jumps off the bridge and splats. So you're like, okay, that's exactly the same as the Batman in the middle of like